Hello everybody, this is Jen. I am going to be doing a layout using the 7 Dot Dreamer collection. If you haven't seen this collection, it is gorgeous. So here's just 4 sheets of it from the collection. So we have the Dreamer Drive All Night. You can see it's got these little circles and everything. And then here's the other side. Kind of fun. And we've got the city lights, the squares, and then here's the other side, so you can see there's kind of a light square pattern still. And the Night's Fever, I love this because of the red down here. You can see there's like some subtle lace patterns in there, also up here at the top. And then this is the other side where it kind of keeps that strips. And the last one that we'll be using in the collection is a Daydreaming, which also carries on this red that I love. All right. So what I am going to do is I want to use, I think I'm going to use this sheet for my base, for my layout. And I'm going to be really loosely following this sketch right here. I found this on Pinterest. I love Pinterest. Dangerous. All right. So I also have some of the Lindys. Have you tried these Lindys yet? It's awesome. So the collection that I'll be using for this one is the Industrial Chick, which is kind of tended, it was designed by L'Amour, and it was kind of designed to match the 9th Wave collection of 7 Dots. And this is the Dreamer collection, but it still kind of matches. So I'll be using some of the Starburst sprays, and then I've got some of the embossing powders. So we'll see how we incorporate that in. All right, so here is my pad, and let's see. I've kind of got some of the blues in here, and the green. So this is the Shabby Turbine Teal, and this is the Time Travel Teal. So this one's just a tad bit more green. This one's got the blue.
So I can be a color painting that you'll look upon. And he was often gone. There once was a woman lying in bed with her lover's head upon her shoulder. She said, "My darling, you sound so faint. Don't tell me it's time, I just can't take this." And she told her, "Please don't worry, dear. There's nothing to fear in moving on. But there's one thing I'd like to ask of you." And she said, "Just tell me, darling, I'll do anything." She said, "Please twirl me one more time and don't stop spinning me. Please swirl me in your mind so I can be a colored painting that you'll look upon."
Now I want to kind of put in some shapes, because if you look at the sketch, we've got kind of the circle stencils right there. Now, I'm cheap. Remember, we're trying to use up what's in our stock. If you have a Cameo or a Cricut or something like that, I totally cheat, and I take cardstock that I'm not going to use. This is just old cardstock that's been sitting there forever, and I will cut some of my background shapes, and I will use that as a stencil. So that way I kind of get this variety without spending a bunch on stencils and having a whole stash of stencils. I'll just kind of cut it out. All right, so I've got my gesso. I'm just gonna do it white for right now, so it'll kind of pop off this colored background. Gonna tape it on with some washi tape. The other kind of thing is if you cut your own stencils, is that you can get your own size if you want it to cover a bigger area. All right. So let's see, is that where I wanted that to go? Actually, I think I'm gonna move it over just a little bit.
I saw a girl last night. She was standing in the light in a corner of the room. She was waiting for a hand. Then a boy came over and he asked her to dance. All eyes stopped to watch them. They moved up and down with the waves of the soul. Their moves keeping time for the rhythm. And the girl looked at him and she knew what it was. And she smiled as she said to him, please twirl me one more time and don't stop spinning me. Please swirl me in your mind so I can be a color painting that you'll look upon.
So now we want to figure out kind of the base for this clump right here. And you can see it's also got the stenciling and the journaling spot. So my journaling isn't going to be quite as big. So from the Messy Head collection, from the elements, the 12 by 12 elements, it has all these beautiful tags, which I've used on cards and numerous other projects. And then there's 6 little spots for journaling, and I thought that would be really cute. So the ones I have left is, just want you to know that I love you because, just note it and remember. So for my picture, I think I'm going to choose the remember. So this will kind of be a cute little thing to put right here. So as you can see, journaling not so big, so we're just gonna kind of focus on like this area. So I think this time I'm gonna use the Rusty Lantern Lime. And you always have to shake it every time you use it because the glimmer will kind of settle at the bottom. All right. Oh, I love this color. Don't you love it? It's so pretty. So that was a little bit more of that brown, that steampunk sepia. So you can see how the colors complement each other. Let's see if we can't get it to kind of connecting right there, which is fine. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. All right. And then I don't know if you can see it, but there's that glimmer again. You can kind of see it in that Rusty Lantern. It's so pretty.
And she told her, please don't worry, dear. There's nothing to fear in moving on. But there's one thing I'd like to ask of you. And she said, just tell me, darling, I'll do anything, anything. She said, please twirl me one more time and don't stop spinning me. Please swirl me in your mind so I can be a colored painting that you'll look upon. And she was off and away.
All right, so I finished all my little chevrons, so I want to show you, well, we'll save that one because that one's my favorite. So this one right here, I started with the blue, and so now there's little blue specks on all the other ones, but this one is the silver embossing powder, the Queen Sheba. So it's just a light, like, silver spray. The two greens are pretty similar. So this one right here is the reindeer moss green embossing powder. It's a really light, pretty green. I really like it. And then this one that's next to it, it's a little bit more brown. My fingers are all colored. It's a sign that I'm having fun. So let me get them side by side. So this one's just slightly more brown. This one's more brown. This one's kind of that more light green. So the one that's more green is the reindeer moss. The one that's got a touch of brown is called oak leaf olive. So hopefully it's just a very, very subtle difference. All right. And this one's the brown. So this embossing powder is meant to match the steampunk sepia. And it's called, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Byzantine bronze. I really like it. It'll add some pop. And then this one's my favorite, probably because I really like bright things. So this is the blue. It is, I'm going to pronounce this wrong too, Hyacinth Blue Jade. So that, and you can see them when they go on the page, they're going to look beautiful. Just like popping out. Definitely going to add some pop to this page. I'm so excited. So over here, we have kind of this lace. Now, this lace, as you can see, it's kind of blending in over here. So we're going to color it. So we've got this blue here, we've got this green here, and the brown's kind of everywhere. So let's see what other choices we have. So this is the silver. The silver's really nice if you just want to add a shimmer. The time travel, I'm pretty sure is what we use there, yep. So we did not do the green. So this is the Shabby Turbine Teal. All right. Let's do my Stampin' Up! Matte. They're so great. They're like the perfect size. Oh yeah, so that's gonna make it pop. So I think I want to kind of Okay, so now we are going to be coloring some flowers. We have two different kinds. We have this one which has thinner petals, and then we have this one which is a bit thicker kind of fabric. So we're going to be using the Lindys, and I like, on this one with the thinner petals, I like to just drop it on. And you can do this two ways. You can kind of drop on the edge first, and then with your second color do the insides. Play around with it a little bit. The fun thing about doing the touches to the edges of the petals is that glimmer tends to stay on the edge of the petals instead of running down like the rest of the ink, the color ink. So it kind of gives it that morning dew effect of that glimmer along the edges. See if you can kind of see the edges, maybe not. All right. And then I'm gonna take some of the Rusty Lantern Lime and touch a little bit further down. It's really fun. You can mix and match any of your colors, get different effects. And the best part is, since I've been using this whole Lindys industrial chick set, my whole layout is going to match. Alright, let's see if you can see how pretty that is with the two-toned, and you can use any of the colors. Alright, so with this one, since the touching it, dropping doesn't work so well because it is thicker, what I like to do, let's do the Steampunk Sepia. I'll kind of spray it. And then, because it's absorbed that spray, and then you can come along and kind of drop along the edges.
I saw a girl last night. She was standing in the corner of the room. She was waiting for a hand. Then a boy came over and he asked her to dance. All night stopped to watch them.
And you'll get that same effect that you did with the other flower, with that kind of glimmer, shimmer, staying along the edges of the petals. See how it kind of stays along the edge while the color runs down. So there you go. Like I said, you can mix and match any of your colors, spray. If we sprayed a little bit of the silver on here to get a bit more glimmer. Lots of fun that you can have with white flowers and some sprays.
Spin, spin with me. I heard a story about a man. He came up with a plan for flying. He showed it to his wife. Then he said, "Now, darling, why are you crying so?" And she whispered in his ear, "I have a fear you won't come back down to this ground." And he said, "I'll always come back to you. Just help me this once to get higher up." And he kissed her and he said, "Please twirl me one more time and don't stop spinning me. Please swirl me in your mind so I can be a color painting that you'll look upon." And he was off and gone. He was off and gone. There once was a woman lying in bed. with her lover's head upon her shoulder. She said, my darling, you sound so faint. Don't tell me it's time, I just can't take this. And she told her, please don't worry, dear. There's nothing to fear in moving on. But there's one thing I'd like to ask of you. And she said, just tell me, darling, I'll do anything, anything. She said, please twirl me one more time and don't stop spinning me. Please swirl me in your mind so I can be a colored painting that you'll look upon. And she was off and away. She was off and away. I saw a girl last night. She was standing in the light in a corner of the room. She was waiting for a hand. Then a boy came over and he asked her to dance. All eyes stopped to watch them.